This machine in particular has a 2-cartridge system. You don't need to use both cartridges, but if you're doing longer lines and bigger lines, it's definitely more helpful. There will be a 2-bottle connector here if you're doing 2 bottles. If you're doing one single, it'll just be coming out of 1 bottle. This is heated. You can set your heat in Celsius right here. It will also control the heat of the heated lines. So you don't need the heated lines if it's in warmer temperature, but this building's kind of cool, so we've been heating it just about all morning. You connect your heated lines through the front of the machine. You also connect your air hose, which spins the nozzle, to the machine itself here. You control all that through the spray and with your air hose connected through the back. So I can connect this, air would spit out of there. As you can hear the air coming out of where the spray nozzle will start spinning. My press, I'm gonna start giving it press because before anything, in order to put the resin through the actual nozzle, you need to make sure that that's pumping out a correct mixture. So as you can see, white's coming out of the nozzle. I'm gonna slowly give it a little bit more pressure. These pistons are gonna start pushing up against the bottle. As they push up against the bottle, it's gonna start pushing resin out of there. So you slowly wanna raise this to about 1 bar to 2 bar, depending on how hot the resin is, what temperature your ambient is. So as you can see, it's already starting to come out the nozzle. As you can also see, it's all white. You give it some time, it's gonna start turning blue. It's gonna start turning that teal color. What I look for is as it's pouring, you're gonna see the streaks of not mixed resin. So until those streaks are eliminated, then you're good to go. So then you stop your press, you connect your nozzle, and you go about your spray. You can run this anywhere from 1 bar to 6 bar. Typically, the colder it is, the higher your pressure is gonna be, because the thicker the resin is to push through. As far as spray, that's kind of adjusted as needed. So of course, with thicker resin, you're probably gonna put a little bit more pressure, but typically between 2 to 3 bars where I keep it, you can go up to 6 bar. Once there's no streaks, I'll kill the press on it. The nozzle has an air inlet and a resin inlet. You connect the resin through here, you start pumping resin through it, it's gonna start spraying. As you can see, as soon as he turns up the air pressure, I had it at a bar, it's gonna start spinning. Can you turn it back off?
Can.
So I'm gonna use this to wipe the nozzle clean so that it doesn't drip everywhere. Also position myself so that I can be aware of it. I'm gonna connect my nozzle to here. And this is my setup. Can you start to spin? Now it's gonna start spraying in here. You always wanna spray in a bucket, then go ahead, make sure that it's spraying properly. This is where you make your adjustments on your nozzle. When it starts spraying, it's kind of funny. You could slightly increase, decrease. You do everything out here.
Hey,
so as you can see, my bucket's starting to turn blue. Can you give me a little bit more press? Give me a little bit more press.
Okay, going to 2 bar, boss. More?
That looks about right. Kill press. You let the nozzle spin with no resin coming out of it. You do wait till it stops spinning before pulling it out the bucket. Tell me when I'm about 6 inches.
Ho!
Perfect. Now let's get this camera in the line. You could start to spin.
Okay, but here we go.
All right, can you start giving me press?
Press coming your way, boss.
So, and you just come back at a consistent speed, and that's all you really need.
So right now, Alan's putting our first coat on. Typically gonna be about 1 millimeter or so thick. As we do multiple coats, we'll start thickening up our actual coverage of the pipe. So don't try to get too crazy and make this first one your total pass. You'll start to lump up, you'll start to get crazy, and as we do the rest of the coating, you'll start to see it. So just take your time, be easy with it.
Yeah, you just keep it nice and consistent coming back. You can move forward slightly, but you really don't want to dig your stuff into the resin.
If you see a void, and you're doing your first coat, chill. We're gonna put another one right over it. Don't worry about trying to get that thing 100% on the first coat.
Kill press.
Press? Yes, sir. Press off.
All right, kill spin. It's a nice color blue. So I'm getting ready to clean it.
Now, guys, we have it capped off now. It's good till whenever we go back on and start shooting our next run. Spray's on.
And you'll see as I allow the acetone to come through, this will start getting clear. So I gauge how clean the nozzle is based on this mixing tip. As you can see, the mixing tip is starting to clear. You see? You let it sit for a little bit, then pump it through again. And the more
You will start
just sit
hearing it
there,
on the spinning too. You'll start increasing as we start flushing out.
Can you give me more speed? Like 3 bar? There it goes. It's cleaning better now.
Getting some RPMs in there, bud. Nice.
All right, kill it. So do open this valve after you're done, after you kill the air pressure and everything. You want all that acetone to drain, either back into here or back into here. So you don't want to just pop this off after you're spinning. Now I'm done. I can pop this acetone out. I could even pop it out of here, to be honest.
You want to take the tube?
Yeah. There you go. That's garbage. That's closed. I take the air pressure off of here now. Pull this out. Now you just wipe it all out. A little bit of WD-40 and you're done.
So you guys can see now, we have our first coat applied. Alan did a great job. No voids too much, nice and easy. Patience is gonna be the key. You guys will start seeing that when you guys actually start, if you ever get into it, learning how to control. Just looking for that little bead as you're pulling forward. Guys start doing this, just take your time. Just take your time.